today we are making a one-pan asparagus and chicken meal. So I'm going to go over what I'm going to be using in mine today. We have butter, we have green onion, red onion, we have the chicken. You can use chicken thighs, you can use chicken breasts, any kind of chicken you can use. We have the minced garlic, we have some seasoning here. So I'm going to be using Mrs. Dash like always. The original blend, and then I'm going to be using this one as well, Mrs. Dash garlic, and then Italian seasoning, and we have our salt and pepper, and I'm going to be using some sweet peppers as well just because I have them, and we have our asparagus. So we're getting ready to cook. The best part about this meal is you only need one pan, so I only have one pan here because that's all you're going to need, so it's going to make for an easy clean. So let's get to it. Okay, y'all, I'm working with my bootleg tripod here, so you guys can't see my face because I can't adjust the height on this thing. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is rinse off the chicken and set that to the side. So I'm going to do that now. So this is my chicken. I can't find my bowl that I usually use, so we're making do with what we have. This is the chicken. It's been rinsed off, and now we're getting ready to start the actual cooking of the dish. Had my camera cut off on me, but I also went ahead and sliced up the, oops, where is it, the peppers. So this is the peppers, where is it? That's the peppers there. So I went ahead and sliced those up. So now I'm going to go ahead and start the whole process. So with this one calls for butter. So we're not going to be using oil, we're going to be using butter. So we're going to do the butter first, and we're going to let that melt in the pan. We're going to put it on medium heat, so a 5/6 as always. So we got our butter in there. So butter, turning on the heat now. And so once that gets melted, I'm going to add in the peppers. So once that's added in, once the butter is melted, I'm going to add in the peppers and the garlic, onions. Yep, that's it. So it's pretty much where I need it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the garlic and the peppers. We're going to let that do its thing for a little bit before I add the chicken. So we're going to go ahead and add the chicken now. I'm going to reduce the heat just a little bit so it doesn't cook too fast on me. So adding a little bit of salt. I'm going to add a little black pepper. We're going to add a little bit of Mrs. Dash. And I'm adding a lot because I'm only covering one side, so Mrs. Dash again. And we're going to do a little Italian seasoning. show you all what it looks like so far. So it is nice and seasoned there. Okay, so this is what it looks like currently. I'm going to flip it one more time, and then we're going to do the next step. Okay, so the chicken is where I need it to be. So this is what the chicken looks like. It's not all the way cooked, but that's perfect. So we're going to add in the asparagus now. Asparagus doesn't take too long to cook, so we're going to scoop the chicken to the side as much as we can. And we're going to cook the asparagus on the other side. So I'm making room. So scoop the chicken to the side to make some room for the asparagus. So we're going to add that part in now. Okay, so we want to add in a little butter on that side. Okay. And now I'm going to drop in the asparagus. I'm going to go rinse them off. I think I'm just going to use the rest of my asparagus because I like it. So this is my asparagus. I'm going to go rinse it off now. Okay, it's been rinsed. We're going to put it in. Yummy! So this is the asparagus in with the chicken. 1 pan meal. So just to put a little flavoring on the asparagus, I'm going to put a little bit of salt. I need to put a little bit more salt on the chicken, so that was perfect. And we're going to put a little black pepper. Alright, and we're going to let this do its thing. So I'm going to cover it now and put it on low heat and let it cook and do what it needs to do, and we'll be right back for the final look of it. Okay, so the chicken is currently in the pan. So we're going to use the second pot actually because I'm going to be making rice. I have 2 different things of rice. So I have this thing here that I can use, and it's jasmine rice. Rice in a bag, boil in a bag type thing. So this is the rice that I'll be making. Just put it in a pan with some boiling water. Stick that bag in and you have rice. So you can make this meal as spicy as you want. Again, I don't use a lot of spices. And probably not a lot of seasoning to some people because I do share this with the baby. So I try not to do too much, but enough where it tastes pretty good. So yeah, and you can use the hot pepper sauce, red pepper flakes, hot sauce, whatever you need to do to make this a spicy meal if that's what you like. So we're going to go put on the rice now. You don't necessarily need rice if you don't want to put rice. You can use pasta, or you can just have the 2 things. Just the chicken and asparagus as is, but just to make this an like a little fatty meal where it'll kind of stretch with 5 people, I'm going to make some rice. I'm going to put this on kind of high so it can go ahead and boil, and then we're going to put the bag in. So once that boils, I'll bring you all back to see how I just put that in there, and that's it. Alright, so it's pretty much boiling. I can now add in the bag for the rice. You have a bag right here, and you just put it into the water as so. And you let that do that for about 8 to 10 minutes, so we'll be right back. So it's been about 10 minutes. The rice is pretty much done. So what I'm going to do is, I guess I can show you what it looks like first. So that's the rice boiled in the bag there. I don't know if y'all can really see it. But so if you don't want to do rice, you can always do like salad. You could do, like I said, pasta. You can really do anything that you can think of as a side if you need a side option. You can have this with Hawaiian rolls or dinner rolls as well. You don't have to necessarily use butter either. You can use olive oil. You can even use like chicken broth. It just all depends on how you want to cook it. So I'm going to go dump the water out of here and show you all what we do next. Okay, so all of the water is out of the pan now. We just have the bag of rice. No water in there anymore. So I gotta go get some scissors. Now this is very hot, so you want to be very careful when handling this. I'm just dumping out the rice back into the pan here. That is now the rice. So this is now the rice. Now I'm just going to put some extra stuff onto the rice to give it a little flavor. So I'm going to put a little butter. A little salt. A little black pepper. Because I want this to be chicken flavor, I'm going to put a little bit of this too. This is poultry seasoning. Oh, it's almost gone. Okay. And just stir that in, and we have our rice. Our rice, all seasoned up. And this is what our chicken is looking like. I love when you put the pan on there and let it cook a little bit. Then it starts to create its own little gravy. So I'm going to go ahead and stir in the asparagus and the chicken together. And depending on how brown you want it, this is pretty much done. Alright, that is pretty much your one pot meal. So that is pretty much it for tonight's meal. We have a one pan dish of asparagus and chicken, so it should be super yummy. It's not, we just ate something, so I'm not going to be doing a taste test. My mom is actually going to come home and have some. I browned the chicken just a little bit more, so we're finally done with this. We have some rice here. I'll try it on camera for you all. So this is the chicken.
Mom is in there. I'm in here. You in here. There's another person in here?
It's got good flavor. Come here, Raylan. It's Raylan. You like it? Do you want some? Or you want some later? You like it? You want some now? Do you really want some chicken and rice now? Okay. Let me make you a plate. Okay, so this is what it looks like on a plate here. Not fancy. That's pretty much it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.